Do not blame Ebro Darden for the downfall of New York rap. What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapps to CLBMG. Join that membership and all you buying that merch down below, gang. Listen, Ebro's getting tired of hearing this, gang. You've been saying this for a while. 50 Cent alluded to this, that Ebro is the reason, the cause of destruction for New York hip-hop. And on his new show, Ebro, Laura Rosenberg, in the not the morning anymore, whenever, I guess when they drop, Ebro is addressing this topic. Now, in my comments, you can see a lot of New Yorkers agree with this notion that Ebro, being the program director for New York hip-hop for many, many years, he's been in this business for quite some time as the heavy-handed ruler of New York hip-hop over there on Hot 97. Let's just be honest, Hot 97 was supposedly the voice of hip-hop, right? The voice of New York, and they put a California native in charge of that sound. That sound began to become stale and formulaic. A lot of New Yorkers, let's just be honest, New York, if we gonna talk, let's talk. A lot of you guys started to imitate and emulate dudes from the South. You started to try to mimic their sound, and Fat Joe himself told you he started doing what was popping. He said he used to go to nightclubs and listen and listen and listen, go to 30, 40 nightclubs and see what the sound was. And then he would gather that information, and he made let's be honest, Lean Back was not a Southern style hit, but it was a really big record. And Fat Joe didn't just have Lean Back. He had a lot of records, and some of them did mimic that style, that kind of, and that down south trappish style. So Fat Joe, in a way, started to not sound like the DITC, or better yet, the Digging in the Crates crew member Fat Joe that he was. Fat Joe, I don't know if y'all remember, but he was in a lot of well-respected royal New York crews, and one of them was DITC. And their signature style, right? Showbiz and AG, their signature style was boom bap. Well, a lot of New Yorkers got away from that boom bap style that was very prevalent in New York, and for a time they started to sound like they were from the South, let's just be honest, and wherever else was popping. So Ebro was in charge of the programming, and that is the first line of defense when you want to dictate what the music sounds like. When I was coming up, right, me and my guys, right, salute to my guys, we were called the Mud Kids, and if you look for that, you can find it as two different Mud Kids. We was the one from DC, right? And we used to go at the program directors to play our music. We used to go at the program directors and the DJs, because that was the only way you can get your music heard. We would go down. We became friendly with a couple of DJs. Some of them treated us right. Some of them kind of flaked on us. But at the end of the day, we knew only way you're getting your music on that station was the program director or the DJ, right? Which people don't know. The DJ don't have as much power as you think. After a while, once music started to really get set in stone, that these radio stations had a lot of money on the line, that DJ less and less was able to freestyle and just play what he liked. You hand him a record, he'd play it. It stopped being like that, gang. It started to be a very tight ship. And that program director started being like, yeah, you going to play what I say or you going to be fired. It's enough. It's 20 more DJs waiting out there to take your job, right? Remember that movie, Juice? And the other Flex, not Funkmaster Flex, the other Flex, the comedian. He was playing a DJ, and he was trying to get a spot at the nightclub where she came out and said, you're a local DJ, right? So at the end of the day, sometimes you're just a local DJ. It's a line of DJs waiting to take your shit. So Ebro was that guy, that program director that could say, we not playing that tonight. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking Killer Priest tonight, not on my watch. So what happened was, Ebro was responsible for that sound, and he was the one that would say yay or nay. Now, Ebro has been hearing this for years. 50 Cent said this probably, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago that Ebro ruined hip-hop in New York. Well, let's just talk about it. Because I remember I used to go to New York a lot. I tell you all the time, as soon as the signal got strong enough, when I was going up the turnpike, I would start to hear all these bangers, this, that, and the third. Well, as time started to progress, sadly, I'm just going to be honest, when I hit the turnpike, I would start hearing No Limit, right? I would start hearing T.I. up the turnpike. I'm like, what the hell is this? Where's my Digging in the Crates? Where's my Big L, right? Where's my OC? Where's my Daylight? I started to hear it started to be a changing of the guards on that New York radio station, and including Hot 97, right? You can only really start getting the keeping it real. You gonna have to turn to the college stations and hit Stretching Bobbito or some shit like that, right? End of the day, you still were getting your New York flavor, but slowly but and surely toward the end of the 90s, toward the beginning of the 2000s, it started to be one big melting pot. And I guess that's good for hip hop, but if you're in New York, it's bad for you. And they only started playing the biggest artists in New York. Guess how you became a big artist in New York, gang? You kind of had to conform to the national sound. So Ebro was one of the people who had to do what he was told, right? Even though you're the program director, you still got to bring in the numbers. You still got to kind of make your radio station stay on top. And certain things people want to hear. So at the end of the day, Ebro had to conform to that sound. So New York sound, I remember going to New York one time and they I don't know how these do. It was like a crew. This was way after Wu-Tang, right? These guys were supposed to be bringing back that feel of Wu-Tang. It was some straight New York dudes, a heavy beat. It was like 9, 10 dudes rapping on it. And they played it one time, right? I guess I must have caught this episode because these dudes are from either the Bronx or Brooklyn or something, or a combination. It was mad heads on this record. And they were like, yo, we don't usually do this, but we're going to bring back that feel. These guys are saying they're going to bring back that feel. Well, I never heard these guys again, right? They played these guys one time, and somebody probably ran from downstairs, upstairs, and like, X-nay on the rappity rap. But I remember that vividly because I was like, oh, shit, this real rap about to come back in New York. It didn't happen, gang. So what I'm saying is somebody could say, that was Ebro, right? Somebody could be like, that was Ebro that ran upstairs. Now, I don't know who ran upstairs and made sure that record never saw the light of day, right? But what happened was that was the New York sound. Dudes that said they gritty, they on the corner. They got their Timberland boots, right? Remember LL used to pull up one pants leg? They was doing all that shit. At the end of the day, right? What happened was it started to be so much money on the line. And yes, indeed, it was payola. Let's just be honest. A whole lot of that was going around here, there, in the third. And there's a lot of handshakes and back rubs where it's guys meeting over lunch or they meeting over scones at brunch. And they're talking about what needs to be, what records need to be on the radio station. This is major label shit, gang. So no matter who the program director is, actually the people that own that thing gonna have more say so than him. So a lot of back rubs and back alley deals ended up with certain songs that you probably didn't like until you heard it for 20 times. So Ebro's a part of that. So I say all that to say this. The New York radio station thing is not on one person, but a lot of people think that it is, and they blame Ebro because Hot 97 was under the control of said guy Ebro, right? I want to read this article because I believe that not only did Ebro have a hand in this, his attitude ruined a lot of things. I remember when they banned Ghostface from Hot 97 for this, that, and the third, right? Maybe he deserved it, he didn't. Wu-Tang have a checkered history in New York altogether. Like a lot of dudes got beat up, robbed, and a whole lot of other shit happened with Wu-Tang. This, that. Right, Wu-Tang will survive. No. But they banned Wu-Tang. They banned Nicki Minaj. Peter Rosenberg said some slick shit. So it did have issues where Rosenberg and Ebro kind of offended some people with this backpack mentality. We keep talking about this story with Lil Uzi Vert. He ain't the only one that got offended, but Lil Uzi Vert came up there, got offended, So Ebro is, to a degree, a gatekeeper because at some point the program director does have some say so. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Hot 97 got some funny style stuff going on in the end of the day regardless. Remember when Funkmaster Flex didn't want to put on Conway and Griselda for whatever reason? He still haven't fully explained it, right? Then when they went up there, he was acting all funny style. So it's like Hot 97, it's like if you're not shaking hands and kissing babies over there, they kind of got it. They just do stuff for certain. And I get it. Everything is networking and who you know and how well you know. I get it, but Hot 97, Ebro Darden, Funk Flex, Peter Rosenberg, they have funny style moments in history. And I'm sure there's 1,000 New York stories. I just heard one, what was it, Saigon just said Ebro himself 100% blocked Saigon, his release. He said he put everything on his release. I think he had a verse from Jay-Z. Right? I think he had a verse from Jay-Z and something happened. I think it was when Saigon sucker punch Mobb Deep. When he sucker punched Mobb Deep and tried to scramble out of there, he told the story that when he did that, when the word got back to the owners of the radio station, this is out of Saigon's mouth. I think I heard this last week, maybe on Chick Smooth or somebody's YouTube channel, that when he did that stunt, Ebro and them turned their back on him, said, that's crazy. You're banned from here. They wouldn't play the record. The record was about to come out. He had a Jay-Z verse, and he said that changed his entire career. So something like that is gatekeep. He said it wasn't no shooting. He said, who was it? Lil Kim and them came up there shooting they had a shootout in front of the radio station. He said it wasn't even that serious. It was a swing, it was a punch, and then that was it. I think they might have caught him, beat him down. I don't remember they caught Saigon. I just remember the video of him jumping off the stage, hauling ass. So stuff like that. Did he have to cancel him? No. Did he have to ban him? No. It's just a fight. Things happen. Country people fight, gang. You know what I'm saying? You got a country guy saying the N-word and went on stage the same night. So it's like you didn't have to ban him. So this is power that these guys have chose to flex their muscles. And there's many stories of New York artists about to blow that, according to New York artists, that Ebro was involved with them not getting where they need to go. Now, Ebro, I say all that to say this. Ebro responded on his show. Let me read this article and have this conversation. Ebro Darden doesn't believe that no, let me say this. The article is by Cole Blake on hotnewhiphop.com. I like to say who the author of the article is, and I like to shout out the website because we all synergizing, gang. We all trying to keep this hip-hop shit alive. So let me continue. Ebro Darden doesn't believe that the cancellation of his talk show on Hot 97 will lead to better coverage of hip-hop in New York. Ebro Darden recently addressed the idea that he killed the New York hip-hop scene over the last decade through his role at Hot 97. The topic arose while discussing the end of Ebro in the Morning on the latest episode of his new talk show, the Ebro Laura Rosenberg Show. So let me just say this for one. First things first, if you peel back the layers of this, there should have never been an Ebro in the Morning talk show because Ebro was the program director. He doesn't need a talk show in the morning. You need to be working, dealing with what you got going on. You having a talk show in the morning, talking hip-hop, this, that, and the third, is a conflict of interest, is grandstanding, and you should have never had it in the first place. Let's just be honest. Now, if he started the show before he became program director, that's different. The two can't coexist because, in my opinion, you're going to be bringing bias to the radio show from behind the scenes shit with other people that you can't say on the radio station. What I'm trying to say is, if your job is to play new music, how can you effectively do that and talk about people in the morning when you're talking gossip, this, that, and the third? Some of the people you're going to offend. It's just impossible to do a talk show without offending people. The program director is supposed to be a ghost. You're not supposed to see him talking shit about nobody. No rappers, nothing. You're not supposed to know his opinion on music. You're not supposed to see that. So him coming out having a show in the morning was a conflict of interest in the first place, whether he got it before or after. That's just my opinion, but let me continue. Quote, who are they going to bring in that's going to start deciding the music and start breaking records in the morning? Peter Rosenberg asked Ebro, as caught by Complex. He replied, first of all, people don't know that. People who host don't decide what music they play. From there, he explained that he hasn't been in charge of anything administratively, programming, music, research, marketing, nothing at that radio station in a decade. So that says more about what y'all got going on up there than what you really are portraying to the media. You portrayed it like, how are you the program director, but you're being told? And we know, I just said that the owners have more say so with these back alley deals of what's going to get played. Once you lay in bed with these labels for so long, they start to get. How you think UMG get all these connects and all these they can put this is why Drake don't want to leave UMG, because they got so many radio stations in their palm. They got so many side deals and people that owe them a favor for a favor. It's a lot going on. So by the time you get 20, 30 tracks you gotta play, that don't leave much room else for Ebro to pick a New York artist. Let's just be honest. Now, he does have the power and cachet to do that. So I don't believe that he hasn't been in charge of anything administratively for a decade. I don't believe that. I believe you were told what to play. I'm gonna be honest about that. He was given a list. This has to hit bang, bang, bang. All that is true. But at the same time, you can sneak in a radio, you can sneak this in, you can sneak that in. So, Ebro, let's not be crazy and act like you can't play anything. Right? At that point, they don't need you. At that point, you're a glorified iPod, gang. Like, they just put the iPod on and put the aux cord in. So, no, I don't believe that you weren't in charge of anything administratively, programming, music, research, marketing, nothing at the radio. So then what was you there for? You're saying you wasn't doing nothing for 10 years, Ebro? Come on, Ebro. Let's just be honest. This don't even make no sense. And you never said this before. You never said, I'm not in charge of anything. You should have said that years ago. You let this narrative fester, and then you get fired. Now you're saying it? I don't know, Ebro. It sounds like you're trying to whitewash some shit. Let me continue. He can be. I know to a degree. Yes, the labels do tell the radio what to play, and the radio does play it because there's a lot of handshaking and this, that, and the third, and money under the table. But Ebro, come on, man. I don't believe you weren't doing nothing but just being handed a list and you just forward that to the DJ, Ebro. It don't sound right. You don't even sound like a person that would live like that. Let me just be honest. With no power, come on. Let me continue. Ebro also said that he wants to move on from discussing the end of Ebro in the morning. He explained that he and his co-host knew the cancellation was coming ahead of time, so they are tired of the topic. Quote, as soon as Trump got elected, I came on radio and was like, guys, this might be it, because they're coming after me. People are out of here this time, Ebro said. Now, this is my thing. Ebro claims he knew all this stuff in advance. It don't sound like they were preparing for nothing. Trump been in office going on a year at this point, and it sounds like y'all didn't do nothing until they walked in the office and fired you. Then you started this YouTube. It don't sound like y'all were prepared, right? I'm watching Ebro. I told you I subscribe to the Ebro, Laura, and Rosenberg channel. I'm watching, but I'm not seeing much growth. I'm just going to be honest. The show to me still god awful boring. I put it on, and it's like I can't even sit through it for 5 minutes. It's like watching two dudes at a coffee shop. Gang, I'm just going to be honest, waiting on 2 lattes. This guy, they forcing conversation. It's like, gang, do y'all really want to talk about this? Let's just be honest. Like, I think YouTube is passing you guys by, gang. Like, y'all not, it's just really not a good program. Only people are they picking up little clips here and there. But it's like, I'm watching it and the numbers ain't going up. Y'all still stuck at 39,000 subscribers. It's been a month. You guys have to be, you have to be doing better than this. I'm just going to be honest. It's like every show is going down, not up. Right? Rory and Maul had 10 times more traction when they went for their own solo shit. When they left Button 10 times faster than you. They went up 10 times. The first month or two, Rory and Maul was up in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They was already up. So what I'm saying is, it's moving a little slow, gang. I'm just going to be honest. So, end of the day, I feel like you guys weren't preparing for this thing that you claim to see coming. It don't feel like you guys knew it was coming. It felt like you was like, it's coming, but you didn't know what to do about it. You should have been prepared. You should have had this channel already ready, cooked up, doing something where a lot of stuff y'all could have already cooked up. It felt like you guys are scrambling. Laura is on vacation. She still ain't appeared on the show yet. Y'all got like 5 episodes already. Right? And I'm hoping when she comes on to add some spice to it, because you two guys like, gang, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know. It just feels like you two guys are kind of like you're waiting on something to happen. You're waiting on something good, and you're talking about you're going to do the Dame Dash. I don't want to talk about being fired. You're going to be talking about this the rest of your life, gang. So let's not pretend that all of a sudden you can just cut the faucet off of. We're not talking about us getting fired no more. Oh yes, you will. You're going to be talking about this shit every week. You will be talking about this. So stop the nonsense. Will I don't want to talk about it no more. This is the only thing people. This is why the story's here. Right, they got 3 new people, new hosts of Hot 97. Lana Harris, who's a journalist and a news anchor. Rondell Smith, who's an actor and comedian. And a guy named Million, who's a content creator, influencer. Salute to them for getting a job. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're going to bring to New York radio. They may kill it. They may not. It remains to be seen. Sound like they're trying to make a new Breakfast Club. But Ebro, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't think your political views got you fired. I know it was a prickly point, right? I know it was a topic of contention around there with homeboy trying to be the casino owner, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, money make money. He gonna keep you on there regardless, right? I feel like if you're gonna put some money in these guys' hand, they're gonna be fine, right? When you look back, and I think it was who was it? Point and Shoot, either Point and Shoot, Academics, or Hello, it's one of these guys that went and broke down how the Hot 97 numbers are awful. You guys showed now are doing better numbers than Hot 97 was. Like, those numbers are really, really bad. You guys weren't really bringing value to the company. They were probably, I'm sure in New York, I heard from New Yorkers that you guys are killing the ratings over there, Well, guess what? These stations need more money than that. They need more things going on. If they're going to set you up online and try to do virtual things, this, not a third, and you're not really doing anything to move the needle, all of your stuff is just, when it drops, the mediocre, it's mediocre, and people are barely tuning in. Right? Like I said, you guys are doing better now than Hot 97 as a whole. So you got to think, you're saying, well, they fired us because I was talking too much political stuff. Man, I don't think that's it. I think they want fresh blood. They just got 3 random ass people. Like literally, I know I ain't up on a lot of shit, but I ain't never heard of none of these motherfuckers. They just went and got the most randomest motherfuckers ever. So what they did was they're making a new Breakfast Club. And they're going to see if they can pop them without all the fanfare and all the goofy shit. I think these guys are going to be, they're going to have a short list, like a short leash. They're going to see what happens. And if it don't work, then you will see Flex dropping bombs the next in the morning for another one or two. So at the end of the day, I feel like Ebro, in a sense that he blamed his political opinions as the reason his show was ended after they made the announcement, called out the company's new ownership. Bro's a casino owner. You know, the 3 licenses they got in the New York for the casino, he owns them casino licenses. I think that Ebro has a higher, he wants to believe that he's more important than he is. I think this is a numbers-driven business, and I think y'all numbers were down. And I also told you that the show is tough to watch. It's really, unless you get like a Tyler, the Creator, it's like the people are not really tuning in. I told you, I personally would choose every other interviewee but the Hot 97 show. It just felt boxed in. It felt small, and it just like I didn't enjoy watching it. And a lot of people must have apparently felt like me. So I don't think you got fired because of your political views. But that's just me. End of the day, he said he also feuded with Drake in the wake of the show's cancellation. Everybody knows that Drake slid into his DM, told him die slower. So end of the day, Ebro has pissed off a lot of people. It's a lot of things. Well, Ebro got fired because 50 Cent. Or Ebro got fired because Drake. It's always a reason, this, that, and the third. When I peel back the layers and I look at it, I think the show ran its course. I think you guys are radio guys. When like real radio guys, when they couldn't see your face, before there was a webcam, before you were online, you guys got the voice for that. You were great with that. And you still try to do these interviews where you're still on radio as if they can't see you, like they're just listening to your voice. Things have changed. So you guys sound like you're still doing a straight up radio interview. Meanwhile, they got cameras on you from every angle where it don't feel like you guys have, even the show you're presenting now don't feel like you guys want to do something bigger. Right? It doesn't feel like it. I'm sure you guys are like, oh, we're going to find a studio, this, that, and the third. You should have did all that. It's like when Matt Hoffa lost the barbershop, then he started doing those interviews from his living room. It didn't hit the same, right? It looked different. It looked different, and he had to admit it because he went and got another barbershop. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, yeah, us regular YouTubers, sure, do it in your car, do it in your bedroom, this, that, and the third. You come from corporate radio. You're supposed to have a studio. You're supposed to have nice a setup. You work for Apple Music. You got a lot of money. So you should be good enough to make a nice space, which I'm sure is coming at this, that, and the third. But we don't want to see you in a whole year just with your headphones on in your daggone kitchen or wherever you are. We don't want to see that. And it's not going to work. I'm out of here, man. Leave it at that, man. Ebro said stop blaming them for New York hip-hop downfall. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. The New Year's here, so we're coming back fresh, strong in January with a new episode. We got a lot to cover. Me, TJ, and Fliz. 9:15 on all my social media platforms. Also, we got a new record called This That. It's off of The What Project on all streaming platforms. Tap into that video that's on my page and tap into that album. Run the streams up. All right, catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first, I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs, and yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb, and yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word, and he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe and put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you, but I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at, cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.